I know sometimes I need to be more like MJ, but MJ also needs to be more like me. He needs to be the player he is with more my mentality.
It's hard to put it in perspective right now. I'm starting to feel a little emotional about what's going to happen Friday night. Getting your number put in the rafters is always something that as a kid, you dream of seeing happen to you.
He's very knowledgeable. That's the one advantage that I see in Kobe Bryant's career compared to Michael Jordan. 10 years into Kobe Bryant's career, we're seeing a very polished 27-year-old player who's probably got another 7 or 8 great years ahead of him.
Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game.
Yes. I think that 96 Bulls are the greatest of all time. I think the 72-10 record speaks for itself in the fact that we were able to cap it off with a championship. What it boils down to is we had a dominant style, a dominant defense, and we were a very good offensive team. It was the way we dominated our opponents that separated ourselves.
I had watched Magic my whole career, even before my career, and so I knew the style of player that he was, and I knew what I had to do to prohibit him from being as effective on the basketball court as he had been throughout his career.
In the playoffs, it's win or go home. You might not have a chance to look back at a game and say, "Man, we didn't box out here."
Basketball is a lifelong game. You continue to learn from the game day in and day out, and all along the way, you get better. Playing with Michael Jordan would be a great opportunity for me. I would have someone around I could learn a lot from. I look up to him as a player and as a person, and that would make me a better player and person. I have been able to live my dream of playing basketball surrounded by people I love and being cheered on by the best fans in the world. It was truly an enjoyable moment in my life that I will never forget, having the opportunity to play for 2 gold medals. But I think nothing sticks out more than winning a championship in 1991 for me. Most of basketball is in the mind, but it helps to have big hands.
As a young player, achieving all-star status isn't as easy as you might think.
Basketball is such an escape from a lot of things.
Your job, what you do every day, I think it takes a high priority over anything. That was something I dedicated myself to throughout my career.
You continue to compete against the very best every day, and you will get better, or you'll be embarrassed.
It had been a long journey for me just to get drafted. I had to work very hard as a collegiate player just to get recognized, being at a small school. I'd probably say the championships mean more to me, but the gold medal makes you a bit different. It's a special award.
Basketball is a lifelong game. You continue to learn from the game day in and day out, and all along the way, you get better.
Back at the 95 season, and a lot of those guys were getting mega minutes. Michael Jordan was out playing baseball. We were still winning, 155 games I think, so those guys were all very content and happy with the way that things